Hey everyone, this is Joe Hall, and in this video, I'm going to show you how I create content using my new tool called termsuggest.com. So basically, here we are at the homepage of termsuggest.com, and today I want to write a article about SEO audits because SEO audits are what I do for my clients. It's one of my main focus areas for consulting. And so to get started, though, I want to kind of do some brainstorming and get together a list of different ideas related to SEO audits, so I know what are some important things to mention within my article. So I'll start off here at termsuggest.com, and I'm going to type in SEO uh, audits here within the search bar, and then I'll click suggest right here. And as soon as I hit suggest, a screen pops up with 5 different tabs at the top. These each represent different options. The first 3 represent different query modifiers. The fourth option says without modifiers. And then this last button here says your list. And so what all that means is basically these first 3 are, like I said, are for query modifiers. And a query modifier is an additional element that we add to each query before we send it to the API to get more sets of results. And so basically this first API, this first modifier set is A to Z. So that's all of the different letters of the alphabet. And essentially what we're doing here is we're taking this original term SEO audits and we're adding the letter A to it before we send it to the Google's Query Suggest API, and we get this set of results back. So we get SEO audit analyzed websites, SEO audit agency, all of these different results that are somehow suggested from Google's Query Suggest API that also include the letter A in the beginning. And so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go through these and select some of the ones that I like, some of the ones that have good result sets in them. I think that I see a few good ones here in this A section. So I'll click add to your list. And when we click add to your list, it sends this list here within this A group to my list here. We'll take a look at what the list says in a minute. Let's try to go through here a little more. I like this B one here too. SEO audit benefits, SEO backlink audit, SEO blog audit. These are all SEO audit for beginners. These are all good results. I'm going to click add to list. I want to use that. This one here is SEO audit checklist, checklist Excel, cost, course, company, content. These are all consultant. These are all really good as well. So I'm going to add that to my list. SEO audit definition, details, template download. I like a lot of these as well. So I'll click add to your list as well. SEO audit example, Excel template, experts, elements. I like the E ones as well. You don't have to go through all of these, but it is good to kind of like pick out the ones that make sense. I like, let's see, I like this G one as well. So I'm going to copy that, you know. You might find as you go down further, especially when you get to some of the consonants here, that some of the results are not really, relevant because maybe there aren't a whole lot of results coming back with each individual letter, and that's fine. But it does give you good options to choose from. The next set of query modifiers is questions, and you can click the questions tab here. And in this is interesting here. Now we can see that some of these result sets says that there are no results for this modifier at this time. And that makes sense to a certain extent because, for example, the modifier here is called who. And so there's probably not a lot of people typing in who SEO audits or which SEO audits, that kind of thing. But we do have what. So what SEO audit? Why do an SEO audit? What is included in an SEO audit? These are all good. I'm going to add this to my list as well. Why do an SEO audit? Why is SEO so important? I'm going to click add to the list. Those are all good as well. This next set of modifiers is called prepositions. And prepositions are words that connect other words within a clause or a sentence. So, for example, with, we've got SEO audit with Screaming Frog. Why do an SEO audit? What is included in an SEO audit? There are lots of different things here. So I'm going to go ahead and click this down, SEO download pricing. These are all good. We'll go through here. Now you can see there's a lot of results here. They're not coming back with any results from the API. And essentially, that just means that there wasn't a high enough search volume for this term, like over, for example. So SEO audits over. There's just not a lot of people typing in that search term enough to warrant results for suggested results. So that, if you see that happening, that's all that means. The last section here is called without modifiers, and it's just basically the set of suggested results that you would get back if you just typed in SEO audits. So SEO audits technical, it's a good one. SEO audit tool, SEO agency audits, types of SEO audits. I'm going to go ahead and add this to the list as well. So after we've gone through all of these different 4 sections and picked out the result sections that we want to work with, we can go to your list. I keep adding, add to your list. So this is your list, and this is all of the terms that I went through and selected and added to my list here. And so as you can see, this tool makes it really easy to quickly collect a list of keywords or a list of terms that are related to the topic that you're trying to work with. So after we've collected the list here, we can go up here and click copy your list, and I've copied it. And I'm going to go to a Word document now and paste it here. Now we've got that list here pasted, just to make it a little bit easier to see. I'm going to increase the font a little bit just so you guys can see this a little bit better. So I'm going to go through here and just remove some of the ones that don't make sense, because I probably won't be talking about a lot of this stuff. But essentially, I just go through and remove some of the things that don't really make sense. So if there's any terms in here that include brand names, I don't want to include brand names in my articles unless I'm talking about that brand. I go through here basically and just remove anything that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. It says SEO costs UK. I'm not in the UK. Canada, again, take that out. This result here looks like it's in a different language here. We'll take that out real quick. Basically, we're just going through and taking out any of the keywords that don't really make a whole lot of sense for us to use because they aren't really just, they just don't really have a whole lot to do with what we're trying to write about here. And that happens because, we are collecting terms from, suggested results. So basically, after I've gone through and taken out everything that I'm no longer going to use, I can use this list to do one of two things. So I could take this list and put it into a tool like SEMrush, to get query volume for each one of these things. Or I could go through this and start grouping different terms together that are somehow related. So I see a lot of terms in here that are talking about like the cost. Well, you got a checklist and template and tools. These are all things that might be related to things that you need in order to do an SEO audit. I see SEO audit pricing. Up there, I saw SEO audit cost or the cost of an SEO audit. Basically, I want to try to here it is, cost right here. I want to try to group together a lot of these items to different topics and themes. And after I've done that, I'll have different sections that I can use for my article. So basically what this does is this gives me a really great starting point to develop some sections of content for my article. Like I said before, I can then take these terms if I want to and refine them further within like SEMrush or Ahrefs and get keyword volume and other metrics that might be related to what we're trying to do. But essentially, this is it right here. I hope you guys found this useful and you learned a little bit about how you can use term suggest for your own content strategy and content ideas. I hope this has been helpful and I look forward to hearing your thoughts on the tool soon. Thanks a lot. Have a great day.